We can start. Before that, let me give a quick intro.
Yes.
Hey everyone, this is Anirban here from 10XU community. Today we have Naima Tabasum. She's a SaaS writer and seasoned writer. She's mostly in content writing, but she has also done her work in copywriting and script writing, I guess. So this session is going to be a very important session if you are someone who wants to get into content writing in 2025, and even if you are in content writing, you will learn a lot with us. This in this session, she will tell about her experience in content writing and what are the trends and what are the things you should do in 2025 to become a good writer. So thank you, Naima, for joining today. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Anirban, for the introduction. So I'll be just quickly sharing my screen, and then we'll start with the session. My screen is visible, right? Okay. So yes, guys, starting, Anirban has given my introduction. I wanted to give a little more brief about my background. So I have about 3 years of experience in content writing. Most of my experience has been with B2B, SaaS, Web3, these kind of industries where I have written content in different formats, uh, ranging from blogs to social media posts, scripts for reels, short videos, and also infographics, ebooks, white papers, like basically all kind of contents I've written for these industries. Currently, I'm working with a B2B product company where I am writing content for them. It's a product of IT operations management. So we write content very product focused. So based on my experience, I'll be taking this session forward. Since the topic was content writing in 2025, I wanted to start with different formats that will still be relevant in 2025. So these will be the types of content that will be, major in 2025, which are like blogs, social media posts, newsletters, web pages, ebooks, white papers, case studies, and scripts for videos. Uh, uh, Briefing about these types of contents, I'll go one by one. So coming to blogs are like an very important point for your marketing, content marketing, because blogs, there is a three stages in funnel, and the blogs will come in all the stages of the funnel. That's why it's very important. It helps you in educating the your audience, where you just want to attract them and then slowly move it towards the buying decision, right? So blocks will help you move the person from the attraction phase to the buying phase. You can have a range of blocks targeting each phase of the funnel. That's why blocks are still relevant, and it is going to be relevant even in the coming year. Coming to social media, like this age is of social media, so social media will be relevant in the coming years. The thing about social media is it is very brand awareness, from a very brand awareness point of view, where you have to share very quick bites of information. So because the people who are on social media, the attention span is not very long. So when it comes to social media, it has to be about quick info bites. And coming to newsletter is like another entry point of your customers, of your potential customers. So newsletters are very thought leadership kind of, in the newsletter you should put very thought leadership kind of content. It can be from a founder's profile. It is very great if it is from a person's profile, instead of, we see a lot of newsletters coming from a marketing team or so, which reduces the point of trust. So going from a real person, it gives more credibility. So newsletters comes in the thought leadership content. Coming to web pages, you all know website is like the most important point for anything, right? So web pages, you have to optimize your web pages to to like in for buyers to have for the readers to have the buying decisions, so they just not come to the website and leave. You should optimize it in a way that they stay till the end and also purchase your product or your services. And ebooks also comes under ebooks. White papers comes under again in the thought leadership content, which is a very value driven content piece, right? The reason why we should have ebooks and white papers is because it gives a lot more very like very deep dive into the topic or the industry which people want to learn about or know about. So these also comes under top of the funnel content. Coming to case studies are really important for the in the bottom of the funnel phase, where the potential customer is evaluating if they should buy a product or service or not. So case studies are very important in this case. Coming to scripts, scripts are again a part of social media, I could say, where you will write scripts for video content. It can be short or long form content. Since the video content is becoming more and more popular, scripts will be very useful. Moving forward, how will content writing be in 2025? We all know like AI is like becoming very 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 important. So talking about AI, it is going to be it will change a lot of things in the content writing. From AI will be used for uh, a lot of things in content writing. If you want to ideate, brainstorm, AI will be there. And AI is going to change since a lot of search engines are changing with AI. Right now, we have AI overviews of Google. We have Meta AI and whatnot. So many AI tools and all that. So this is going to change the way content will be consumed or written in 2025. I mean, it is already changing. It is going to be more adapted in 2025. And the next point is video content, as I mentioned earlier. Video is also becoming very famous in these days. So video content and short form content will be very relevant in 2025. And coming to next point, like few years back, we had this keyword stuffing kind of thing, which was working. But right now it is not working. Keyword, the content you write has to be intent driven. Like if you want the reader to, you know, just retain the reader throughout the article, in that case your writing should be different. So the intent, what your intent is, based on that, it is going to be changing how you write the content. If you want the reader to buy out the product, in that case you have to write a different kind of content, right? In case you just want the reader to compare the products or services with other competitors, these are the three main intents that we follow in content industry. So all these three type of intents will require different type of writing, and this will be so relevant in 2025. And coming to next next point, content marketing. And also there is one more point that I forgot to add here. Zero click marketing is you know becoming very famous, especially in B2B. I am not sure about other industries right now, but zero click marketing is becoming very quite famous in these days. Give me 1 minute. Yes, sorry. Yeah, Shruti, I was coming to that. So coming to zero click marketing. So the main intent of zero click marketing is writing very platform native content. Consider if you're writing on LinkedIn, we have been hearing about this, right? If you put a link of some other outside party, maybe like uh, guiding the reader towards the your blog or something, which means you're enabling the reader to click one more link. So this kind of content is not working these days, because all the platforms are enabling, the audience to stay in their platform only, not move outside of the platform, which means they want zero clicks from there. Because of this, we have to create more platform native content. And one major example for zero click marketing is AI overviews in your search engines, right? The main reason of AI overviews is it gives you a quick info bites, and you don't really go to the main articles whichever are featured in the AI overview. You don't really go to them and read them, right? Because it gives you the information that is needed, which also means it is enabling zero clicks. So just one second. Sorry about this. Yeah, so yeah, zero click marketing. So because of this, there is a very even like if you would have noticed, because of the when AI overview started, the traffic to the pages would have been reduced, because the readers are not going to the actual articles, because the overview is giving them the information that is needed. So you need, but this doesn't mean that you should not create content. It only means that you have to optimize your content so that your content is featured in the AI overviews. This is one of the example for zero click marketing. And coming to the fifth point, which is quantity over quality. Yeah, you must have heard it a lot of times. Like in your teams, they say we have to create 15 or 20 blogs in a month, and we will be doing social media post every day. No, this is not how it should be working. It should be strategy over the count, right? You should have a proper intent on why you're creating. Even if it is a 100-word social media post, you need to have an intent there. You need to have what you're getting out of it. What do you want, right? So this is very important thing that you should know. You should not be running off the numbers, which is like 20 blogs per month, or 30 to 40 videos per month. No, it should be based on your strategy. And before strategy, it is objective, right? What is the business objective of yours? If you want so many signups for demo, or so many signups in the newsletters or something, your content strategy should be following all these things. And based on that, you need to map out how many types of content and how many actual numbers of content you would need. So you should, going like 12 blocks per month is like a going reverse thing, right? You should go from objective, strategy, and then the intent. So that is the main point about having quantity over quality. And founder-led marketing, I think our host itself is he writes personal branding content. So this is a very important point. Founder-led marketing, even I have noticed this myself in my current role, where if if I'm doing something from my founder's account, maybe newsletter, maybe a LinkedIn post, the impact that creates is like 3 to 5x more than what we usually do. So founder-led marketing is the way to go in the future, I would say. Uh, and coming to the last point, integrated marketing and content distribution. Again, like it might cover again the previous points also. Coming to talking about content distribution, you should not just create your content and let it marinate, right? If you're creating a blog of 3,000 words, just think about the value it has. Like if those 3,000 words will have so much value, but they're just sitting out there in your blog without a. So you should have distribution for such kind of content. So you need to put it out as a video. You need to put it out on a social media. You need to put it out on newsletters, or you should distribute it as much as possible. And also have integrated marketing, which means you should have your strategy should not just talk about what you'll be doing in your social media or blogs, but it should talk about all the pointers. What you should be doing on your newsletter, what you should be doing on your social media, and what you should be doing on your blogs. And everything should be mapped out properly to one business objective that you're looking for. And Yeah, so these covers how content writing will be evolving in 2025. So these are some of the best practices that I think will be very useful for writers in coming year. So as I have mentioned it in very boldly, because that is how important it is
मोबाइल
to
में
use
देखेंगे।
AI intelligently. Sorry. Uh, okay, I'll
इनको
continue.
बता देना।
So when AI came like ChatGPT in around in 2022 end.
पिटाई का टाइम आ गया है।
Uh,
Madhu, your mic is on, please. Can you please shut it down?
okay, so talking about AI, right? Uh, like when ChatGPT came out, everyone was really scared, like it is going to take over our jobs and whatnot. But it is
फोटो
end
होता
of
है हटाओ
2024,
डाउनलोड
and we are still so relevant, right? So in this, like I would say,
ये चार्जर चलो। I think the host will have to do it. It's not.
yeah. Thank you, Madhu. So I would say the AI. Uh, you might have heard this quote from Elon Musk, right? AI will not replace everyone, but it will replace people who will not use AI. So this has been literally true in my case. I have noticed it. I have seen like how AI has made my work easy, but it has not taken over my job yet. In future, I don't know. But right now, it can't take over the writing jobs because the main reason why I feel this is AI can create content from the content that has already been created. But to create a different content, you would need a proper expertise. You would need a proper person to tell you, person who would understand the market, who would understand the audience properly, right? So that is what differentiates us as writers from the AI written content. So why I say use AI intelligently, do not use AI for drafting your content piece from scratch. But what is AI useful, majorly useful for is for brainstorming, for editing. These are like the two major things that you should be using AI for. And even these things are not simple yet. When I say about it, for ideation, you need to give a proper prompt which will contain a proper explanation of your target audience. It just can't be, I want to target, say, in my case, since I work for IT operations management company, our major audience is IT managers. I just can't say write an article for IT managers. I have to give so much more description to it, which includes their pain points, which includes their day-to-day behavior, what will be the problems they'll face, what are the challenges they're facing without the product, what will be the challenges. You need to mention all that for the AI to give proper ideas. And then coming to editing part, you need to give your whole brand guidelines, right? And also you have to give AI so many things to get the output you want. That is the reason why I say use AI intelligently. Do not use AI for doing something from scratch, but to improve something or to give you a baseline of something that you want to start. So this is one thing. And coming to second point, think of an objective. What I mean by this is whenever you're writing, if you all know Riten from Fuller, he used to say always like you need to map your whatever you're writing to what is a business outcome that it will get. So if you're just writing for the sake of it, you will not write. It is for sure not your best content. You need to have your business objective properly. So consider if my business objective right now is lead generation, then it will be a totally different way to write the things. If it is just brand awareness, it will be different way to write the things. So always have in your mind before writing who you're targeting and what is the outcome that you want from that particular piece. Is something that you need to keep in your mind before starting to write. And yeah, coming to the third point, focus on EAT. EAT is a very popular framework from Google, which means expertise, authority, trustworthiness. So you are whatever you're writing should have a proper expertise. It should have the industry expertise needed. may be from a founder or a subject matter expert, internal, external, anyone. It should have a proper expertise, which again, which means it will, when you have proper expertise, say if somebody with 20 years of experience is saying something, it means they have the authority to say it because they've been in industry for 20 years. This also means that having someone from 20 years of experience gives you, that the trust factor increases. So this is very important while writing your content pieces, to focus on expertise, authority, and trustworthiness. And coming to the fourth point, platform native content, as I mentioned earlier, like you can't just have, your blog published on LinkedIn just like that. You need to have a proper distribution strategy, again, which means you need to have a platform native strategy also. You can't have a same content on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram, because different things work on different platforms. On Linkedin, on Instagram, if videos work, while on Twitter there are like Twitter threads that work. And coming to LinkedIn, there are like a lot of image related content works. So you need to have a proper platform native content, which means you need to tailor all your content pieces for this particular platforms, so that it gives the outcomes that is needed. Not all the audience are hanging out on all the platforms, so you need to target as the requirement arises. Coming to the fifth point, expand your skills, which means you in the coming years you can't just be telling I'll write blogs for XYZ industry, but you need to have an attached skill to it, right? So you need to have a skill of writing in different formats. You need to be have an expertise in blogs. Then you should have expertise in web pages. Having niche experience is important, but what I'm talking about here is having experience in writing for different formats. I hope my point is clear here. And coming to the sixth point, which is niche expertise. So, which means like if you see me, I have experience of writing for B2B for 3 years, right? It has been working for me, and I understand the B2B audience more better. So, having a niche experience, continuing my point, when I was writing in my first year, I used to not have proper understanding of how the B2B buyer persona is, or B2B audience buys a product. But now, right now, I have a proper understanding of how the whole buying cycle works, how the sales funnel works. So these experiences led me into writing a better content. So having a niche experience uh, is very important. Now coming back to the point where I said B2B, I'll not be understanding how a D2C buying cycle happens, because it's a completely different. It will be a completely different cycle. So it's important to have one particular niche and have a proper experience in it, and this will help you in your future. So yeah, that's what I had for today. Thank you guys. Thank you for listening. If there are any questions, we can take up, I guess.
Do you want to talk about or discuss anything uh, which others often make mistake with something like that?
Can you repeat? Sorry.
Like there are so many people who are writers, right? A lot of people write online.
Hmm.
So, what are the top five mistakes you see people are making it often?
Yes, I can talk about it. So one of the major, in even in my team itself, I have seen this mistake done by my colleagues. Right, the main thing they do is not having, as I said, the intent of the content piece is very important. If you don't have an intent proper, you will end up writing so many things. So one of the example that I could give is, recently we were writing a blog about asset management life cycle, and since we wanted to target that particular keyword, which is asset management, my the writer ended up stuffing the keywords, right? She stuffed it in, like, in just first 10 words. She stuffed it. Sorry, first one paragraph. She stuffed the keyword 10 times, which made it look very, the very tacky. The readability was so reduced, and because of that the article didn't perform well. In the end, it didn't perform well, because you see that keyword stuffing won't work these days. You need to have your intent proper, and strategic keyword inclusion is very important these days. You can't just have keywords stuffed in first paragraph 10 times because it helps in ranking. This is not going to work. Even though if it will rank, you will see the reading time, or the bounce rate of the articles will be very high, because the readability is not proper from the articles. So that is one point. And coming to some other points that I could think of in a B2B perspective mainly, the thing is, for a B2B audience, thought leadership content is very important, which means you need to have very value driven content. And as a writers, we won't have the expertise to write that. So what you need to do for this is to solve this is have if you're working in a team, you will have access to all the internal uh, SMEs, internal subject matter experts, right? Just go talk to them about the product, just go talk to them about the pain points or something, which will help you. These kind of points that you get from the people, right? It helps you craft your writing in a very better way, in a like I could say myself, the way my writing has improved by just writing from Google search, or by writing from writing after I talk to people, is like it is very drastic change. And other mistakes that I could talk about is um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Other people were excited to join this event because they wanted to, I mean, they are already writing and they wanted to improve their writing, and some of them are also aspiring content writers. So right now what happens, like, as you know, Asta Kocher, right? So she's working in this niche and working in this area for a long time, and she has her own community, right? And in her community, I see there are some questions which people often ask. That is, first thing is, how can I make money from blogging? How
Mhm.
can I actually uh, improve my writing skill? What are the factors to consider while writing content? What are the things I should often avoid while writing content? So can you please talk about this fourth question?
Definitely. Coming to the first point, which was how to make money out of content writing, is the first thing is you should put yourself out there, which means have your social media profiles optimized properly as per the job, the content writing job that you need. If you want to work in industry, have a proper keywords targeted towards it in your profile. And the second thing is build a portfolio. Building your portfolio, since if you're a beginner, you will not have a like a real client or something, so you need to build some dummy projects, or which we call pro bono. You can work for free, or you can work for exchange of testimonial, or exchange of the metrics that they'll get, the results they'll get. So you can work for free and build your portfolio. And the main thing that has worked for me is pitching on LinkedIn. Once you have built a portfolio, start pitching like at least five people in a day, at least five potential clients in a day. Give me a second. Yeah, so I was saying, like, start with, you need to pitch five, at least five potential clients in a day. And then when you have this 100 or something, you will for sure get one reply, for which you can work for for some months to gain experience, and then again build a portfolio. So the main thing that works here is pitching on LinkedIn is like a very major thing. And if you're looking for a full-time thing, then it will be a different. This is for freelancers who want to start as a freelancing. So this is how you make the money. So this is how you make money with content writing. And I remember this. I think the second question was, what are the mistakes? I guess. Can you repeat the question, Sanithan?
Yes, what are the mistakes a content often make? Like, people are chasing money instead of making their skill better or anything.
Hmm.
So as you have also mentioned that, what are the mistakes in your company people make, but still, do you have anything else to mention when asked? I mean, especially for a newbie.
Yeah, starting out, what the main mistake that I made was, I used to take up any, or like any opportunity that comes my way. If even if it is for 100 rupees, I would take up. So but that didn't add anything to my skills, right? It just took my time, and maybe I got the 100 bucks, but it didn't add anything to my skills or my experience. So you need to pick whatever you get. You need not pick, sorry, you need not pick whatever you get your way. You need to strategically think what adds value to my skills, what adds value to my experience. This is very important. So this is something that I had done, and I would say you avoid this thing. So the second point, which is continuation of the first point, is niching down. What helped me coming out of it is niching down. So when I niche down to B2B SaaS, the quality of clients that I got, the quality of work that I got was way different than when I was doing anything or everything that got my way. The my writing had improved, my skills had improved, and the way I used to write, it was like so different from what I used to write before. Because since I was writing for everyone, I didn't knew what is the outcome of the thing. So I should just Google and just paste the thing whatever gets. But right now what I do is a very different thing. It requires research not just from Google but also from SMEs, internal, external, or any social media platform like Reddit has been very helpful to me. So the niching down has helped me in writing very quality content. And coming to the third mistake, I think one more thing that I want to point out is undercharging yourself, which means like you just want to. Sometimes you feel like you want that client somehow, so you just go as low as possible. I would suggest not to go as low as possible. You need to have that. You need to have that confidence in yourself and in your skills to charge the amount and never go below. Then you need to have some threshold, and you need not go below that. I have, again, this is something from my personal experience. When I used to be a student, I used to just go for because I want that client, I want to write for that client. If I like their content, I want to learn from them. I used to go very low from my usual prices. And this is like one of the major mistakes that I would say not to do. So yeah, these on top of my mind, these are the mistakes that I could think of. uh,
And the third one was how to upskill, constantly upskill as a
Yes,
content.
that's a very good question. Coming to like upskilling is, we all know like you can't just learn at once and you think it will be relevant for 5 years or something. No, you need to upskill every month, every day. There will be something or the new happening in the industry, happening in the social media platforms. The main platform for me personally that has worked for upskilling is following the relevant creators on LinkedIn. So in my case, since I am a B2B writer, I have followed a lot of B2B content strategies, content marketers, which has helped me a lot in understanding what is happening in the market right now, what is happening in the industry right now. Because these people keep posting about their experiences, their learnings from their work, uh, and this has helped me in understanding the market better. So one major platform to upskill yourself is to follow relevant people on LinkedIn or any other social media platforms as per your market, right? And based on that, even when you're following them, you get to know a lot of resources that they are reading. So like if I'm following someone from Semrush, I get to know that Semrush is a very good platform, and I just go for Semrush for anything that I want to learn about B2B content, right? So when you follow particular leaders on LinkedIn, you also get to know a lot of resources that will be helpful for you. So one and the first major step in upskilling is to follow relevant people, and then you'll also get to know the resources that you should follow. Yeah, I think I answered that question.
Amazing. So, when it comes to pricing, you have mentioned that you have undercharged. So,
Hmm.
what do you think? What is the ideal pricing someone can charge when they're writing content?
There is no ideal pricing as per, but you know the Indian standards of it, right? Like never go below 1 rupees per word. In any case, 1 rupees per word is the standard, and you need to go above that, but never below that. Like a lot of on even on Upwork, Fiverr, we'll be seeing these creators that they'll be giving for 50 paisa per word. So I would say not to go for such gigs, because it's not just about money here, it's also about the, like I have said, the value add that you'll get from those kind of gigs will be very less. It will just consume you a lot of time and not give you anything else in the return except for the money part. So this is very important. So Indian standard is 1 rupee per word, never go below that. And coming to, like, I can tell tips on charging because there is no ideal charging. So the main like how you should be charging is based on your expertise, based on the skills you get, and also have a very important outcome that you'll be getting from your content pieces, which will help, which will help in pricing yourself in a better way. So these are the 3 points that will be very helpful in pricing. Yeah.
All right. So another question I often see is like, what are the resources you suggest people if they are starting out as a content writer in 2025?
Okay. So one of the major resource is Copy Blogger, which will help you in understanding how to craft your writing properly. The thing is, I'm sorry about this though. In my mind, there are a lot of B2B resources running, not particularly as for content writing. Uh, but I think I will collect some resources and send in the community. That should work.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
All right. So now the question you have covered about the pricing, how to approach content writing at 25, everything have mentioned. I mean, that's pretty much of it. If anyone wants to become a content writer at 25, that's, I mean, he or she doesn't need anything else. But still, do you have anything else in your mind which you want to tell people that we have missed? Do you have anything in your mind that which you have
I think
missed?
the one thing that keeps on coming everywhere is the use of AI very intelligently, not just we are in the race right now with AI, but it's not AI is not forward yet. It is still very much behind because of the as I said earlier, because of the expertise that is needed is not there yet. AI will be creating content that is already from the already created content, but we will have the expertise of the audience of the industry, which will be very different from what AI will be creating. So this is like one of the major thing that I would say. Yeah. Other than that, nothing else.
Okay. What are the tools do you use as you have mentioned about the SEO tool? What are the tools you
Yes.
use?
The major tools that I use for content creation is uh, I use a lot of AI tools, but majorly ChatGPT, Claude, and Perplexity has been the major AI tools that I use. Perplexity for the resources, if I want to refer to any resources or anything, I use that. ChatGPT for ideation. If I am not able to write something creative, then I go to Claude to get a proper idea for something, not proper idea, to get a baseline for writing something. So these tools, and coming to SEO tools, majorly I use SEMrush. SEMrush has been really helpful for keyword research, for competitor analysis, and it's not just for SEO, right? SEMrush also gives for social media and all, to do the competitor analysis for social media also. So SEMrush has been really useful for me. And other than SEMrush, I have also been using Uber Suggest and Answer the Public here and there. Answer the Public to understand the kind of questions that audience are asking on search engines, and Uber Suggest is also similar to SEMrush, but um, but I like SEMrush more than Uber Suggest because it gives a lot of lot of insights. And other than this, I also use Hotjar and Microsoft Clarity to understand how the users are navigating on website, to understand if there is any particular area that can be enhanced, because Hotjar gives you how the user is navigating the website. You will get to know if the user is exiting from the website. You will get to know where they're exiting exactly, so you can optimize that particular page or the particular content part where they have exited. So in my experience, how I have used this is, if there is a particular user, if he has gone to pricing page and not clicked on anything else, then we have to optimize the pricing page accordingly. Maybe add more value added features or something. So this will help in this way. Yeah, those are the major tools. Other than that, ClickUp for project management and Buffer for social media scheduling.
Amazing, amazing tech stack. Literally, I mean, if you have a proper system, then your life gets easier and your works too. So actually, the alternative of Horizon is Crazy Egg of Neil Patel. I used it earlier.
Which one?
Uh, Crazy Egg.
Crazy egg.
Yes, it's made by Neil Patel. and
Okay, okay. I'll check that out. Thanks, Anita.
it's actually like Hertzer, but it's better than Hertzer because it has some more feature. So
Okay.
well, you have mentioned about everything, and if anyone wants to be a content creator, they are shorted. But still, I have two more questions for you. We will
Yes.
be quick. The first one is what are the five red flags every content creator should look for when they are looking for a job or looking for a freelancing opportunity?
Can you red flags in a like in a opportunity, right?
Yes. What are the five red flags you must look for if you are uh, starting out as a
Hmm.
freelancer or taking any job?
Got it, got it. So yeah, again, this might cover some of the previous points that I have mentioned. But one of the major red flag is when they don't tell you a proper description, right, of what your responsibilities will be. They'll just tell you have to write 5 blocks. No, bro, I'm not coming to you because you can't just tell me I have to write 5 blocks. It will not happen that way. You need to give me proper description of what kind of blogs this will be, what will be the business impact of this. So there should be a proper description what what you will be going to do. That is one of the major thing. And coming to second thing, if they say something like, we they will mention particularly we do not accept AI content. No, you should not tell me that I should not use AI. You should tell me I should use AI in a proper way. You can't so that is one thing. A lot of clients will flag, just put it in zero GPT or something and tell this is AI generated content or something. This is not this is also one of the major red flag which is happening these days after the introduction of AI tools, right? So if they have mentioned you cannot use AI, don't go for it. And some other points is I think one of the other point is like the pricing. If they are telling you either very low price, then or even then you don't have to go. As I mentioned, the standard for India, it's one RPW and above that. So pricing. So yeah, these are like three major points that major red flags that you should look for in a potential client or a potential job opportunity.
And one of the two things I would love to mention here is like whenever people are hiring, like they will say something, you will grow with us, you
Yes,
will get exposure. Once we grow, we will pay you high. These are the things like I can't
true,
stress
true,
enough.
true that. Yeah.
So, yeah. So the last question for you is one of the most burning question for every content writer. What is your best tip to rank in the first page of Google?
What is your base
What is your best tip for writing in the first page of Google?
tip? Is it? I didn't get
Yes.
your question.
I'm asking you, what is your number one tip
Tip, right?
to yes, tip
Okay,
to
okay.
rank on the first page of the Google?
Yes. So one of the major, and I have read a lot of pieces that have ranked in first pages. So the one major thing that have worked for me is writing for user, writing for the reader and not for search engines, because search engines will ask you a lot of frameworks to put in. Again, you might rank in first place, but you'll not have the retention in your content. So to have a proper intention and also get an impact whatever outcome that you wanted, you need to write for user and not for search engines, which means like have your intent proper. If you want the reader to sign up for a newsletter, then have a proper intent to it and write your content accordingly. And also one more point that I would like to add is having a value driven content written uh, is very impactful, which means you need to have access to subject matter experts and collect points from them and include that in your write-up, which will have a greater authority, which will have a greater trustworthiness. As I mentioned earlier, these are the major things that have worked. And you also but as I have mentioned that you need not write for search engines, that doesn't mean you exclude the search engines completely. You need to have a, instead of focusing on keyword stuffing, focus on strategically including these keywords so that you also satisfy the search engine and also the user. So it needs to go hand in hand. this is what will work, not just for ranking on first page, but also getting the major outcome right of your content. Yes,
So you want to mention that right for humans, not for the search engine.
definitely, definitely. Yes. Any other questions?
Hey Naima,
Can you talk about tofu, mofu, blog SaaS? Definitely, definitely, Neha. So coming to SaaS, right? Uh, the SaaS is like B2B. The B2B buyer persona will be very different, but it is a very standard buyer personas. Sorry, buyer buying cycle, I would say, sales cycle. So it is a very standard. So the tofu, mofu, and bofu, top of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, and middle of the funnel. Top of the funnel is for brand awareness, which means you just want to educate your audience. You want to, attract them towards the brand so that they have the brand in your mind. In top of the funnel there is lot of contents, lot of educational content, and lot of content that will give them value, right? So that they know this person that is talking about knows what they're talking about, which means you will have a brand recall. So top of the funnel contents includes lot of what kind, like what is asset management or what is IT operations, something like that. More you'll be covering more about what is. Coming to middle of the funnel will be it is when your audience is looking for other options and they are comparing your solution with other solutions, your SaaS product with other SaaS product. So this will have this, you should have lot of content on how to like if how since I took the asset management example, so in this middle of the funnel you'll be talking about how you should be managing your assets properly, and also you should be comparing your products with the other products and showing them how yours is different. In the middle of the funnel you want to navigate them towards a buying decision, right? So you need to show a lot of things that how you are doing. And coming to bottom of the funnel is truly like you should show your product as a hero. So bottom of the funnel will have lot of case studies, demo videos. If your product is there, so show them how your product works. It should have case studies of successful case studies which will show how the product has worked for your previous clients. So this is like the overview of the funnel that is working for SaaS companies. I hope I answered it properly. Neha. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions.
Neha, Tanisha, Simran, Shruti, if you guys have any question, do ask, or I don't think they have. So Naima, thank you so much for giving us your valuable time. I mean, in the last 1 hour, we have learned a lot. And if anyone is starting out as a content in 25, or want to upskill or want to grow their content writing, this is uh, their go-to resource, I would say. Not a session, a resource. So thank you from the admin team of 10xu community. It was really, really, really great, and we wish you luck and have a blast in 25. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anitban. Thank you for having me. Thank you guys for attending. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Simran, for attending.
Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, guys.
Same goes, same to you. Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Happy weekend,
Bye.
everyone.